Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Ashley Rose, and today we are going to be seeing what the new year has in store for us. I got a new deck of tarot cards for Christmas. It's called the Moon Oracle. Let the Phases of the Moon Guide Your Life by Caroline Smith and John Astrop. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. So I thought it would be super fun because I already pulled these a little bit with myself and just loved the messages that they brought me and the connection to them. So I thought it would be fun to ask them, what the new year has in store for all of us. This applies to all signs, and just have a little fun. So I think I'm going to pull 5 or 7 cards. We'll see what happens as it comes out. And then, so let's look at these. They're super cute. They have like phases of the moon, so that you can split this deck into 3 separate ones. They have phases of the moon, a goddess deck, and then there's one for it's called the mansions of the moon, so like where the moons live in. So I might have this book and read it a little bit, see what has in store. I'm going to interpret it in how what the message that I'm receiving, and then different things I might look in the book about, just kind of have fun, keep it funky fresh, and just, yeah. So I'm gonna get shuffling, see what comes up. This year I'm excited for 2022. We have a lot of good, we have a lot of planets going into really likable placements for us. I'm a Pisces, so Jupiter is going direct. I'm a Pisces sun, Sag moon. So get all my words together. Jupiter in a prominent placement is very exciting for me. I'm getting a reading with one of my favorite tarot readers this year, so I'm excited, but there's a lot of growth and opportunity, and this year comes with just like an inspiration for a new life, where last year felt like, this year or last year, 2021, it was like we were gonna have to kind of write everything, and it felt like karma coming around to kind of set everything straight so we can be put on this new path. And that's really what this year is all about. So I'm excited because as I talk to my friends, as I talk to clients, everybody's kind of starting these new adventures in their life and looking for new things, trying new things. And so I'm excited to see just where life takes all of us and what 2022 has in store. Especially with this eclipse that we've been dealing with on this Scorpio-Taurus axis, is really pushing us to go down deep and transform a lot of areas in our lives, our finances, the way we see things, the way we find love. So that's really exciting as well. There's a lot of good things coming in. So I figured, let's just have fun and ask the new cards what's up. I love it. I love it. 3. Wow. Guys. I ended up pulling 7 because I was curious where the energy was taking me. Ooh. We have competitiveness here at the bottom, and I like that though. It is first quarter waxing fire moon leaves, and I like how it does. It feels almost like, I don't know why, when I see this, I see like different people, like different steps. Like when you watch like a track race, how they have like the first, second, third, or even like wrestling. That's kind of how I feel. But it's like this I feel like it's competitiveness, almost like within ourselves, that keeps pushing us forward, to do more, to challenge ourselves, to really get the most out of our energy. Because that's what happens, right? Like when you're playing sports and you're competitive, it pushes you to, perform at your highest ability, right? And not in a way that's going to hurt you, but in order for us to, if we're talking sports, like achieve success and like win the game, right? So we're trying to win our life, and yeah. I don't know where I'm going with that. But so we start off this year with Hecate, and she is the goddess of boundaries, of thresholds, of crossing into a new beginning. She has the ability to see the past, present, and the future, as she has the keys to the underworld. She has the keys to the earth and the sky. She can move around all those places freely. She's known for holding torches in her hand and lighting the way as you make this journey from darkness into light. So I love that we're starting the beginning of the year with this, because it really is this question that we're having to ask of, are we ready to move forward? Are we still going to be stuck in the past, or are we, are we going to be stuck in the past, or are we going to stuck fantasizing about the future? What is it that we want to do? And next to Hecate, we have altar, and I believe it's telling us to lean on our spiritual side and get way more in touch with our spiritual gifts and serious about things like meditating, journaling, connecting with our energy and allowing that to live instead of our egos. Our egos are very important and helpful to us moving forward, but they also have a lot of, or what resides in them is a lot of our negative behaviors, a lot of our negative thought patterns or beliefs. And to really help us transcend and stay aligned with this vision of the future that we see for ourselves this year, or the abundance that should be coming in this year, it's going to be important for us that we have a solid foundation of our spiritual practices, because there's this girl here and she's coming to like practice and pray, right? She's got all of her elements sitting down and she's like bare chested, I feel like symbolizing, this vulnerability to the elements, vulnerability with the universe and the world, and kind of has her hands up praying. It almost reminds me of like judgment in the tarot, in normal tarot, as like being called to something. So all of these things that we're receiving this year at the beginning of the year is going to be important for us to be open and be serious about our energy and our spiritual practices, because then we have fountain. And when we're open and we are allowing these things, or allowing these messages to receive and using our energy in an authentic way, our inspiration, it just feels like our inspiration is flowing out of us, right? Like a fountain. We're tapped into it. There's a sun behind us. It's probably actually more of a moon, as we're talking about like the moon tarot, but I see it as a sun. It is what is our inspiration and our source and our fuel of what's driving that. We're allowing our creativity to flow out of us, so that way our ideas can flow, our inspiration can flow, our energy can flow, and we can be the fountain to ourselves in our dreams and what we're doing. There's blue all in this card, and so that reminds me of clarity, or that's symbol for clarity, for intuition, and using those things together. And in the altar, also purple is the color for spirituality. So being in touch with our spirituality is very important this year, especially as we are using these things. And this reminds me, these little, I believe she's just wearing like, I can't tell if that's part of her hair or that's part of the headband that she's wearing, but it reminds me of like the Knight of Cups, how on his helmet there's these like wings, and that's reminds me of air sign, and air is a symbol for communication. So what's going to help us communicate these ideas that we have, this inspiration that we're feeling, is being like open fountains and being open to what comes in, what's going out, and allowing the things to just flow. We're flowing with life right now as we're down this like on this good snowball of good feeling emotions. In the middle of our reading, we have a waning fire moon, and it has confidence, and this just looks like a pomegranate to me. And when I think of pomegranates, I think of the Empress and the High Priestess, because in both of those cards they have pomegranates on them, and pomegranates are about fruits of your labor, the work that you're putting in. So you're confident. This year we're going to be feeling confidence, we're going to be feeling power, we're going to be feeling strength, and just again, that energy. Fire signs are the symbol for life purpose. They are, or at least in the tarot, fire symbolizes, our energy, our life's purpose, using our energy in a way to, get our manifestations to come to fruition, fruit, right? It's planting the seeds and having confidence that they're going to grow, having confidence that they're going to harvest, and I'm going to have all this beauty around me because I put the work in, and I've allowed my ideas to flow naturally. I'm not resisting, I'm not stopping. There hasn't been a negative thing to come up here. The only thing that I feel like was going to keep us in our way is ourselves, and not seeing or not being able to feel the confidence that's around us by maybe being scared of the energy that's being brought up, but instead transmute that fear into excitement, because again, there's so many things to be excited about. And so don't worry that there might be times throughout this year or out 2022 where you get boosted confidence and then you kind of come back down, and it's like yeah, a flow, a river, right? Waves, they go up and down, because we have sleeper here. And I feel like that's a signal to me that there will be times like the Hermit where we need to go back in and connect with our light. And that's where we start cultivating this understanding of our energy, of we go in to reflect, to get inspiration, to reconnect with our light, and then we can come back out again to use it properly. Her hair is reminding me of the tree of life in, what is it, an Avatar, where they're all kind of connected, and she's connected to her ideas and what she's doing through her dreams. How a lot of us when we're dreaming, we do a lot more, right? We can kind of get to the bottom of some of our problems. At least like that's how dreams work for me. And she has this like crystal ball over her heart, again giving me very much high priestess vibes of going in to connect with her inner knowing, going in to connect with her spirituality. 2 + 8 is 10, 10 reduces to 1, 1 is a new beginning. To find the new beginnings that she seeks, to find what makes her an individual, to reconnect in with that power and hold it close to her heart, because that's something super important and super impactful to what she's doing. Yeah. I love the color of the use of green everywhere, because green is the color for your heart chakra. Again, that's where she has this little crystal ball over, where she receives her answers, is by listening to your heart, allowing it to heal you and allowing it to show you the way. And so sometimes we have to do that through meditation, right? I feel like this is very much telling us to meditate. Even here, this next card, this Guru card coming up, come on, look at all this spirituality happening this year. Connecting with our spirit is going to be a big theme of the year. I'm calling it. We have this Guru card here, and this is like Buddha sitting here meditating. Again, we have the message to meditate, to connect with ourselves and allow our higher selves to come through. We are like tuning rods to the universe, and it is time for us to tune our station to our desires and our higher selves. And it's also about, when we're doing these things and we're making these, choices about what we're going to do in our life, and about having faith and allowing ourselves to be a fountain of inspiration, that we're no longer doing things to escape, because we're at this pivotal moment where we can find inspiration or we can find escapism. And it's how you choose to interact with the energy. Again, being scared or being inspired. How are we going to do that? This Guru card is like, not getting involved in the things that, again, take your focus away. So we're not like going out and partying and, doing drugs and connecting ourselves in maybe unhealthy ways, but we're connecting ourselves in healthy ways to bring those messages out authentically, right? Naturally. We are starting to get in touch and connected with the world in a way more natural place, so that instead we are not disconnecting to escape, we are connecting to understand and find inspiration. 2 + 7 is 11, right? No, is 9. I don't know where I got 11 from. Is 9. So 9 is about spirituality and completion and getting this wisdom so that we can complete that old cycle of, again, doubt and escaping our problems or escaping our environments or escaping the spaces that are in. We could even be escaping the good feelings, because that's that self-sabotage coming back in, and we need to clear that out. And then at the end, we have Gibbous Waxing Water Moon, and it says passion and buds. And I love that, because it's just like these seeds that we're planting, right? Or I didn't even say that, but these look like little seeds to me with that pomegranate, right? The seeds that we're planting, we're budding. This looks like a beautiful like lotus flower starting to bloom, and allowing that, again, that passion to just come and emanate out of you. When you are in touch and in tune with your passions, it's like those people that walk into a room and their energy just lights lights it up. Like, you are drawn to them. You have to look at them. They have some type of something that attracts you to their energy just by them being them. And a lot of times those people, it's because they're acting out of their passions, they're acting out of a place of love, they're allowing their heart to speak and be open. And it is a way more clear vessel of communication to move through. So also maybe this competitiveness on the bottom. Ooh, we have competitiveness and challenge. And then under that we have stability. Ooh. So I feel like stability is a challenge and we're competing. Ooh, that's interesting. And I feel like that's a whole other that's like a side thing that we could get stuck on, right? Or like that shadow. That's, I think, what Hecate is coming, is that we could get stuck on, the challenges and the competitiveness in the stability that we're creating for ourselves, or we can just create the stability that comes from a pure place of passion and love for what we're doing, what we're going through, where we're putting our energy, what we're working on, and just allowing ourselves to be a fountain and to be guided naturally, and not by society, not by expectations, not by our jobs, not by our families, not by our environment, but by what we feel at the end of the day is aligned and right with us. And I love that, because we're connecting to ourselves deep this year on such a spiritual level. And I feel like they just these cards get me, man. They freaking get me. But I love that, because there's so much inspiration and so much growth to be had when we just allow our passions to come through. Because when we can connect to ourselves and allow the messages to come through naturally. And I didn't even notice, actually, even Buddha's head here is like this yin and yang of this ego and the shadow, or your ego and your higher self, and bringing them into balance. We are getting balanced this year and learning how to use our energy in a way that's really going to build something that makes us excited, that makes us inspired, that makes us happy and just feel joy. So I am excited about 2022. I did not think it was going to be anything, I don't know what I thought, but I know it's going to be good, but this I am excited about. So I hope you have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed this reading. I will catch you in the daily tarot readings. I love you guys.